3R Found Podcast by 3R Foundations Thailand เพราะเราเชื่อว่าทุกการกระทำส่งผลต่อโลกเสมอ
Welcome to 3R Found Podcast, where we dive deep into the scope of sustainability, reduce, reuse, and recycle, like 3R principle. Now we are here at Topgolf Megacity, Bangkok, Thailand. We will be chatting with Daniel Butcher, the Executive Chef and Food Sustainability Manager at Topgolf. Hello, Daniel.
Hello,
สวัสดีค่ะ
So nice to have you here.
Thank you for having us. So before we start, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Of course. Hello, Swadikap. My name is Daniel. I am the Executive Chef and Food Sustainability Manager here at Topgolf Megacity in Bangkok, in Thailand. So I not only look after everything we cook, but I also look after our sustainability program and everything we've implemented here.
Not only introduce yourself, could you please introduce Topgolf?
Okay, so Topgolf Megacity is an entertainment center, entertainment complex right next to Mega Bangna, just behind IKEA. We have our own parking here, but you can also come with a shuttle from Mega Bangna. It's much bigger than most people think. Like when you see it online, it looks like a small kind of driving range. But I think you have to come to experience how big the place really is. We can sit about 2,000 guests at the same time.
For 3R, we focus on sustainability. So could you please show us the sustainability here?
Absolutely. We've done quite a lot of things. We have different areas that we work in when it comes to sustainability. We do a lot on waste and waste management. I think we can talk about that in a bit more detail. But we also do stuff on renewable energies. We look a lot in our procurement. We work with our people, obviously, but also with the community here. So we have a few different things that I'd love to show you today.
So could you please show me?
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Let's go. Oh, let's go. Please have a seat. Please
Thank
have a
you.
seat.
What is this bar called?
So we are here in our sports bar. I wanted to bring you here because it's a great place to show some of the initiatives we do around waste. And one of the things when we built Topgolf is something that I call no waste in, no waste out.
No waste.
Like we thought a lot about how can we come up with ideas to build our venue so we don't have to buy waste in, right? And when it comes to bar and beverage, there's a few elements to that.
Yes.
Where we spend quite a bit of time on coming up with systems how this could work. And one of the things we do is, for example, all our sodas are a complete post-mix system. So we have bar guns in all our bars, and everything gets mixed with our own filtered water as we pour the drinks. So maybe we order 2 Cokes if you want to
Of
try it.
course, 2 Coke, please.
Could you do 2 Cokes for us?
Well, what is it called?
This is a bar gun,
Bar
right?
gun.
So like you have basically only syrups come in, and then we mix with our own filter water here. And as you press the button, the drinks come out in all our dispense bars.
It has many bottles, right?
Anything soda we do from the bar guns.
Okay.
And this sounds like a silly initiative, right? But the amount of waste that we don't create by don't buying cans or bottles is quite a lot. You imagine with this big scale operation, with the big scale sports events, but also with regular guests we have in the house, it's a lot of cans and bottles we don't have to recycle, we don't have to pick up, and we don't have to bring in. So basically the water is our own filtered water, and all we buy is syrup packs, and the syrup packs are then like mixed directly in the system.
That's great.
And we use this in all our bars. So in every soft drink you would order anywhere in the venue, like in any of our outlets, on any of our floors, comes from this same
Is it
system.
initiative in Thailand or other country as well?
In some countries this is very common, like say in the US or in Europe it's quite typical, but we're the first country in Thailand that has implemented this.
Amazing.
Even many cinemas where you see similar bar guns, normally what they have is a premix system, so the Coke comes already pre-mixed in a canister, not mixed on site. But that means you still have to transport all the liquid. Like you still transport basically the mixed Coke already. Whereas for us, please,
Thank you.
For us, it is only the syrup pack, so you really save a lot of transportation costs and a lot of waste that usually you would transport out again.
It tastes the same.
Tastes the same? Good, very good. Cheers.
Not only serving soft drink, I think it's maybe have like alcohol beverages.
Yeah, we serve a lot of beer here. Like beer is one of our most sold beverage items actually. And when you look at beer, we had the same idea in mind. How do we do no waste in, no waste out? And what we actually ended up doing, and that's what I'd love to show you here, is one of the biggest draft beer system setups in Thailand. You want to have a look inside? It's a bit cold, yeah, but like come in.
I'm ready now.
So all our beer also is draft. We only have draft here. We don't do anything canned or bottled. Quite the same as with the soft drinks. So what that looks like for a venue this big is this. So please come
Wow.
in. So this is everything on all 3 floors and our rooftop bar. All our beer comes from this room. It's I don't know how much you know about beer draft systems, but it's a triple cooling system. So you have all the kegs already pre-chilled in this centralized fridge, and this allowed us, like we invested in the system and looked for a very like modern European draft system. This allowed us to not buy any bottles or cans. And that really means in reality, most of the kegs you see are aluminum kegs. They're picked up again by the breweries, so there is zero waste from our beer. It's really like you drink it fresh from the draft, which is the nicest beer to drink anyway. And then we don't have any bottles, anything that needs to be recycled, because the kegs are just like cleaned and refilled by suppliers.
That's amazing. And what's next?
Let's keep going. I have some
Thank
more
you.
things to show you. Please.
I think food waste is the main things that you're concerned about it.
Not only, like food waste is one of many things, right? Food waste is something where I've just worked on quite a bit before. So here I want to do the best system I've ever done in Thailand. Generally with waste, the rule is there's no thing that cannot be used. It's just how much can you really separate, right? Like how much can you realistically separate in an operation? That's often the problem. If you have too many bins, it doesn't work anymore because people don't understand what to put where. If you don't have enough bins and you have too much mixed waste, then you can't use it. That's really like one of the key problems in waste. So what we did here is, because I planned all the kitchens from the beginning, like I did all the kitchen designs and sort of like build-ups. So I made sure we have enough space for separation stations in the kitchen, which often is a problem in commercial kitchens because space is very valuable in a kitchen, right? And putting many different bins takes a lot of space. So I left spaces for separation stations, and then I looked for very specific bins. And this is one of my favorite bins. It's called a Slim Jim bin.
Slim Jim bin.
Yeah, and the reason is because they fit under counter and they're small enough to fit quite a lot of bins in a small space. So in all my kitchens, we're using these bins. And you see here, for example, in our regular send-out kitchen, we have a separation system of recyclable plastics. Then what I call black bin waste. So this one goes waste to energy. Like we don't throw anything in a landfill. This goes waste to energy. And food waste is always completely separate. And if you look inside our bins, you can see as well, right? There is in the other bins no food. Like we managed to separate the food out 100%.
Yes, there is no food.
Which means the food itself then can be used for composting and for animal feed. That's especially the preparation kitchens where you have a lot of vegetable trimmings, fruit trimmings. That's perfect for animal feed. In a send-out kitchen like this one, this will not go to animal feed, this goes into composting, because when you look in there, you'll have some bones and you have some other material in there that's not ideal for animal feed. You see here, this is our main send-out kitchen. We could also talk about many other things like the ingredients we use, the suppliers we work with. There's many other elements, but maybe I'll show you that over food. When you actually get something to eat, then it's maybe more fun than to stand in the kitchen.
Yes,
yeah?
Let's see.
So should we walk on, please?
Walking through Topgolf, and now we are sitting and talk about sustainability for more. I see that many packaging don't use in here, and would you like to introduce another things to me?
I could talk the whole day, right? But like maybe we touch on some areas. When we talk about the 3R, then as you saw already, like for me, reduce is one of the most powerful ones. Like recycling is great, and recycling is something we need to talk about more.
Wow,
We have some
food.
food items too.
It looks so delicious.
In the
Wow.
kitchen you saw some Western food, so I thought maybe I show you some Thai dishes as well. And also I want to talk a little bit about our plates, because one of the things that we did when we designed our plates was also look at how can we use recycled materials in the plateware at Topgolf. So all of these plates, I actually have a few more sharing plates. Let me show you one here. Like these are our sharing plates. So all the material, we made them ourselves. We produced them for Topgolf specifically, so they also have a little Topgolf branding at the bottom.
Let me see.
Um,
Oh yes, it's Topgolf, only for Topgolf.
yeah. And when you hold them and you feel them, can you kind of guess what material it is?
Rice.
It's
Rice husk.
It's actually made from a waste product in rice milling, which is the rice husk.
Everything is organic.
It's
From
organic
yes.
rice. Yeah.
Wow, very interesting.
And I think it ticks a lot of boxes. On the one hand, it sort of is a fully circular system where we have a long-term relationship with a partner, with this organic farm. We sort of buy their rice, but we also use that waste product. But it also makes a very beautiful plate, and the feel is very nice. And
It's like
nice
you see
to eat
the
off.
whole picture
Yeah.
of sustainability here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a good touch point, you know, it's something good to talk about, good to share a bit our vision, also share what is possible sometimes. And we had feedback from many customers that say, oh, this is so nice, where can I buy this, right? Like it's sort of like
So they can buy it or not?
we don't really sell
Oh.
it. Like if they ask really nicely,
Only use it
maybe,
here.
but we only use them here in our venue.
That's kind of very interesting. I think it can be the big brother project for many business to use
Can be,
as
yeah.
well. Yes.
And it really started with the idea, how can we do a plate that works at this volume? Because one of the things that you shouldn't forget is like it is, like I said earlier, when you arrive, right, like we serve about 2,000 guests here at the same time. When you do such big volume operation, like a regular plate or regular glassware, we would just have so much breakage. And again, like all of this breakage is waste, is something we have to dispose of, also something we have to buy new. So we had to come up with something that works, that is lightweight, that works also without breaking, that works in this operation size and scale, but still feels nice, looks nice, and has a really good story. And that's why I came up with this idea, okay, why don't we try to use an actual waste material and make our plates from that and include that in the plate.
Very interesting. And I just saw some bottle of water.
Yeah, the water bottles. Let me show you those. So these are our water bottles. This is again in line with what we talked about in beverage. So in all beverage, I wanted to do this no waste in, no waste out, and water is something in most food operations you just have so many bottles that go in the bin. And so what I wanted to do is like, how can we come up with a water system so we don't have plastic bottles, something that looks nice, but also again something that can be like served easily, sold easily. And so I created our own bottles
And screen Topgolf for using here.
yeah, with our logos, and we have our own filter system. So we use that water, then run it through the mineral filter, and just bottle it. So we bottle it in house. It means we don't buy in any additional bottles, and we don't have to carry out any additional
And
waste.
it can reuse
and
many
we just reuse the
times.
bottles again and again because they have a big opening on the top. So they can sanitize in regular glass washer machines. So we just run them through the glass washer. Same you would sanitize any other beverage glass and so on. So they perfectly like recyclable and reusable all the time in our own operation without having to say work with a recycler. Because even obviously buying glass bottles is much better than buying plastic bottles,
Yes,
right?
of course.
Because the water we filter here, so this works well.
Yes, that's great. Actually, I walk around and sit here, and I think I saw many people like staff here, and I heard about a superhero of change.
Superheroes of change, huh?
What is this? Actually, I saw this kind of word in the website of Topgolf.
Yeah.
And I would like to know that how can you deal with the staff for this kind of change?
Some companies, sustainability is almost like something that comes with a stick. It's sort of like we have to save the world, and it feels all like negative and depressing.
Force them.
Enforced, yeah, and what we want to do is like have strong core values around sustainability, but make it fun. And so we build our sustainability committee, which is usually
When they're
called
fun,
in
they
other
love
companies.
it and
yeah,
they do it.
get behind it, right? So our sustainability committee is called the Superheroes of Change, and this is really the idea, like kind of like envision being a superhero of change, and what does that mean, and how do you drive change, and what small actions can we take that go a long way and really sort of impact the business that we do.
That's very fantastic. I think it's not only change the business, but the staff and consumer can change their behavior as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like you can take this home, you can make the ideas home. Also, what I have done here before, and we love doing that. I think like what is pretty exceptional about what we managed to do, and this is really only because we were lucky with the right partners from the beginning, is that we have had zero waste to landfill from the first day of operation. So when I set up sort of the waste system here, we were really lucky that in this area where we located, there's quite a few strong waste partners that had offtake streams for certain waste materials. And every waste stream that we generate has an offtake partner. Everything that cannot be 100% recycled, that is left over, what I call the black bin waste, that goes into waste to energy and just gets burned to energy. So we have nothing that goes into landfilling, like zero waste.
That's amazing because the operation is like
It's a big
many
operation.
people
Yeah, it's a
here
huge
to
operation.
everyone, but
Yeah,
you can make it zero.
Yeah, we can make it zero. And as you said, you know, that's something that we not only encourage our customers to sort of like get inspired by or take the idea home, but we also love to do stuff with companies or with like corporate events. We've had a few companies already where, say, the sustainability teams brought some people from their company here and did a meeting here, and then used that as an inspiration to like bring it up as a conversation topic in their meetings and their respective company strategies. There's no waste here. So like you know, like you contribute and use it as a conversation starter, and can take some of these ideas or inspiration and then sort of like see what you can implement in your own business. And we're very open to, you know, in the sustainability world, I think like we all benefit from sharing ideas, right?
Yes.
Like it's sort of like it's not the old school business mentality where say like I do my thing and I don't want to compete, like I'm competing with you so I don't want to share, right? I think in sustainability we all
Share
get
our
better by
practice.
sharing our best
Yes.
practices. So with this same spirit, we've often had other companies come here
And share the idea together.
We can do a walkthrough, we can do a back of house visit, we can sort of we're happy to share sort of what we have done, and then often we can learn from each other, and we can sort of like, you know, good projects come out of these collaborations a lot of the time.
I would like you to share a little bit more to the audience that not only corporate or staff listening here, but also like every people
At home, yeah,
Yes,
what you
at
can do
home.
at home, right?
Yes.
Where to start. I think like maybe one thing that I have found true in my career very often is if it's not fun, it's not going to have legs. So the same is true with everything. When you look at home, you know, like I super encourage people to look at recycling systems, separate waste, and so on. But look at a system that makes sense for you and your practices and your house, your family, and make it fun. Like if it's fun, if you have kids at home, like I have kids at home, right? If you have kids at home, maybe put some stickers on the different bins, like different cartoons they like or something like that, and kind of like frame it around, okay, this goes to this cartoon and so on. So it becomes all of a sudden more a game. And when you make things fun and more gamified, then they work. I believe like best is to stay close to what you do anyway as a company. Stay close to what is your core mission, ambition. And if you're at home, like stay close to what you like to do or what is fun for you or where you feel like your real strength is. And then focus on that and see how you can do that better and do it better every day. And then over a period of time, the compounding impact is a lot. And then, you know, like if you do something a little bit better every day over 1 year, that's already 365 things you did better. And if you start to think like this, all of a sudden it becomes a lot easier.
Thank you so much for having us today. Thank you
Thank
again.
you so
and thank you
much.
for very delicious food as well.
And you cannot go, like we cannot stop until you hit a few golf balls.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I'll definitely want you to hit a few balls out into the target.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was great to have you here.
Yes, and I will encourage to everyone to not only visiting here but enjoy every fun sustainability together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you very much.
Bye bye. See you
Bye-bye.
next EP.
You change environment changes your life